Game On is presented by Piazza Honda of Langhorne.
Welcome into our new Game On studios for another segment of our fall show. I'm your host, Jeff Braedon, and I'm joined here at the big table by Jen Wilgus, Kevin Cooney, and Andrew J. Markle. Each Wednesday throughout the season, we'll be here to give you the latest in football news from around Bucks and Montgomery counties. And, you know, week one is in the history books now, and as we look back but look forward, Kev, what did we learn?
We learned I'm brilliant. No, we learned that
man.
In reality, all the fears about the Suburban One League were confirmed, at least in week one. I mean, Council Rock North, who absolutely struggled in their opener against Perk Valley. Abington loses at Northeast. Even teams like North Penn, who were competitive but didn't really look that great against LaSalle. I think when you look at that in a picture, in a vacuum, going forward, it doesn't bode well for what's going to happen to this league when you get into competition down the line towards district playoffs.
Well, I hate to join you in gloom and doom land, and I'm not going to leave anybody for dead after one game. But I was at that Council Rock North game, and I mean, here's a team that we all expected to contend for that really tough Continental Conference title, just because they have the best player in the area in Brandon McElwain. Well, they got spanked by Perk Valley, gave up 56 points. I mean, I was out there talking to McElwain this past week, and he said that they made a lot of adjustments on defense because they really struggled on that side of the ball last year. Well, it did not show on the field on Friday, and I mean, they're going to have to improve if they want to contend for that title.
Okay, the key word, it's 1 week. I don't know if biting my tongue in half is good television or not. There might be some bloodshed, but
blood is good television.
Your blood,
I'd like to see it.
Kevin's blood will be better. It was one game. Neshaminy goes up to New Jersey and played that Montclair team that had gone 46-2 and won 29 in a row at home, and they beat them. You got, Pennsbury, they beat a pretty good CR South team. North Penn played LaSalle better. Penridge is a sleeper. Please, we've got one.
You are too optimistic.
No,
you are just so sugary sweet.
Oh, you don't know. Can we at least wait till it might start to be a little colder out, and then we worry about it.
Your brain's been fried by the heat.
Do you really want to be looking that far down the road, though? I mean, are we at the point where we're looking at the district playoffs in November? We're still in September. There's still 9 weeks. I think what we did find out, however, is our races in the league and the Suburban One League are going to be very competitive. We've talked all along that the Continental is probably very wide open. Maybe 5 teams, 6 teams wide open.
I'm going to say there's 6
But
teams.
you know what? I think the Suburban One National's open too. And when was the last time we could say that there wasn't a prohibitive favorite going into the season that was going to win it? They were the team to beat. I think North Penn's still alive. I think Neshaminy's alive in there. I think Pennsbury's alive in there. And they might not be the only ones.
Who else?
Penridge, CB South.
Penridge?
Oh, I'm not ready to go there at all. Not ready.
Well, it might not
Penridge was really strong in that opener.
It might not be the best
there.
football you've ever seen, but we like parity. That's going to work.
You're going to get competitiveness every week. You just don't know where it's going to be, and I wouldn't chalk off Penridge and South either.
And we also learned Archbishop Wood's really good again. Archbishop Wood looks like the best team of the bunch.
Death and taxes.
Again, yeah, it's unbelievable how good they looked against Allentown on Saturday.
They're not going to lose a game during the regular season. Okay, now this week's pick segment. We're going to start with CB South, Council Rock North. Jen, you're up.
Well, CB South made me look like a blithering idiot last week by throttling CB West, so I'm going to atone for that and pick the Titans.
I don't know if I trust CB South just yet. I don't trust Council Rock North's defense, so I'm going CB South.
I agree with both of them for once. I'll go CB South.
All right, I'm going to go off the rail, and I'm going to go CR North. It's going to be a shootout. McElwain will throw for like 800 yards.
That'll be a record.
And they'll win. All right, game 2, Hatboro Horsham at Quakertown. Drew.
Jeff, looks like to be a long year for the Hatters. I'll go with Quakertown.
Quakertown is the best in the Continental. It's not close.
I don't usually pass up an opportunity to pick against Quakertown, but in this one I have to go with the Panthers.
Kev, I don't think they're the best in the conference, but they're very, very good. Quakertown in this one. All right, and George School, Morrisville.
This is a good little matchup in one of my favorite places to watch football, Morrisville. As you'll see in my Athlete of the Week segment, though, George School has a stud athlete at quarterback. I'm going Cougars.
I'm going the Cougars.
So, yeah, George School for me, too.
Yeah, make that 4 on George School. Final game this week, Satterton at CB West.
Jeff, I saw CB West last week. They showed a lot of fight for 4 quarters against a pretty good CB South team, but I like Souderton here.
Souderton right now has to bounce back off that double overtime loss to PW. CB West is just trying to get their feet on the ground. I'm going Souderton.
Yeah, I think Souderton does bounce back. Souderton.
I think PW is pretty good. That was not a bad outcome for Souderton in a tough game, and I'm going to go with Souderton in that one. All right, well, 3 of us had a good week this week. Kev, Drew, and yours truly finished with a perfect 4-0 record. Jen, it was a gutsy call in that CB West, CB South game, but the Bucks did you no favors, and you come in at 3-1. Every week, each of us is going to nominate a top performer from the previous week, and then let you, the fans, vote for our overall Athlete of the Week. And this week, Drew, you get first selection.
Jeff, I got to go with Morrisville Jr. Braedon Alward for his 2 catches for 74 yards and 2 touchdowns as the Bulldogs snapped a 20-game losing streak. Here's a team that was 0-10 last year, desperate for a win, and they get it and come from behind fashion, 38-34 of the Nativity BBM of Pottsville. Alward's my pick.
Anthony Russo is really the quarterback that we're going to hear a ton about. He'll probably get named a few times to this list. He was 10 for 11 for 306 yards, 5 touchdown passes, and Woods' win over Allentown of New Jersey. Russo going to Rutgers. He's the best in this area.
Well, I am going to go with George School quarterback, defensive back, and kicker, Luke Haug. He was responsible for all 38 of George School's points in a win over Calvary Christian last Friday. He rushed for over 300 yards, scored 5 touchdowns, kicked a field goal, converted every extra point. If he doesn't win Athlete of the Week, I think we should just blow this system up.
All right, my athlete is running back Rodney Morgan from Upper Moreland. The senior rushed for 251 yards on 24 carries and scored 3 touchdowns in the Golden Bears' 28-15 win over Pencrest. And for good measure, he also picked off a pass on defense. You can vote for your selection by visiting our poll on the Game On homepage. That'll do it for this week's show. Make sure to check back every weekday for a new segment of Game On, and also every weekend for extended post-game coverage. And also make sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter at HS Game On. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next Wednesday.